What is up, guys? It is Rye or Apostles here, and this is a video response to aribiterspar's 120 crafting skill, like add-ons or ideas. So, Chris, for my video response, most of your ideas I actually agree with, and I think they'd be really cool if RuneScape actually decided to add these in. But with your concept of doing a diamond sword, I think they should change it to a diamond tip. So just like the bolts, you would be able to add tips to your weapons. Now, I think that you should only be able to do this to weapons that you can actually smith. So, and maybe with the exception of some dragon weapons, but I don't think that it should be applicable to all of the dragon weapons. Like, dragon claws I don't think should have, I don't think they should be able to have even more, additional power. Same with weapons like the DDS. But for weapons like the Dragon Two-Hand, I think that would be pretty cool. And maybe the Scimitar. But mainly focus on the weapons from Rune and below. And also, I think that if they actually added in this update, it'd be really cool because they could also make it free to play. So for weapons Iron to Rune, you would be able to add a gem Sapphire to Diamond, and then maybe be able to use the enchant spell, and also give it a special ability. So in PKing situations, this would also be really cool for free-to-play PKing, because you would be able to actually have kind of like a special when you're free-to-play PKing, which would be really, really cool. It would be a really good update to put out there so free-to-play PKing isn't so boring. Like you'd have if you, let's say, put a diamond and on a rune scimitar and have a diamond tipped rune scimitar and actually enchanted it, then it'd have the chance of, reducing the defense. So yeah, I also think that they should keep the specials the same if they actually do this, like the special abilities. So for diamond tipped weapons, it would be like it deals some damage to your health, but also has a bigger hit on your enemy, and like I said, for the diamond, have a chance of reducing the player's defense. And another one of my ideas would be for trimming armor. So I think trimming armor would be really cool, with the exception that Jagex actually makes trimming armor only applicable to the players that actually have the skill, and you can't just buy the trimmed armor that you actually trimmed. So, and also I think it should only be for rune, or should I say, for iron to rune armor sets. So you don't see players running around in dragon, diamond trimmed dragon, and stuff like that, because I really don't think that dragon needs any more improvements, any more kids exploiting the dragon armor. But yeah, for rune armor, and I think it would be really cool. Also, I think that it shouldn't be so easy. I think you should have a higher crafting level so that players actually strive to get that crafting level, strive to actually, want to get crafting and make it not so much of a bland and boring skill. So when players reach a certain skill level, like let's say level 80 crafting, they'd be able to add, let's say, a diamond to their rune armor. Now, I think they should actually change the looks from Armadillo Rune and Diamond Rune and Ceradomin Rune, because I don't think having 3 armors that actually look pretty similar would be too great. I think they should obviously not have the symbol, but make it kind of more shiny, like add the graphic update, kind of make it actually look like there's diamond trim. Um, Also, I think it would be a really great idea for Pures. I think it'd be a really great idea if you could actually trim bronze and iron armor. So Pures would actually have some uh, armor kind of, some variety to their armors and what they can do with it. Because I think right now, like especially for free-to-play players, I'm not personally a free-to-play player, but when I actually lose membership and I'm forced to go back to free-to-play, I think if I was a peer, I would be pretty pissed off because you're reduced to using either monk robes or iron armor, or bronze armor, obviously. But I think with this trimming armor kind of update, they could give free-to-play peers more of an option, like adding sapphire to their armor, adding diamond to their armor, adding ruby to their armor, adding emerald to their armor. Like give them some variety, and actually it would actually look pretty cool. So that's my ideas for armor trimming. Also with this armor trimming, I don't think once you trim armors, you should be able to trade them. That way, people will actually want to train the skill instead of just going on the G and typing in emerald armor trimmed. You know what I mean? I don't think that it should be able to be traded once it actually is trimmed. And then to remove the trimming from the armor, use like a chisel on the armor or something, and then you get like the actual plain armor, and then you get all the gems that you use to trim the armor. Also, I think the amount of gems used on the armor should be a lot greater amount. I don't think it should be just like using one gem on the armor and making it trimmed. That way it's kind of harder to get an actual full trim set. So like it would actually be an accomplishment. So for, let's say, diamond trimmed rune, it would be, let's say, 100 diamonds to make like a full diamond armor set. You know what I mean? So, and the prices would actually add up, and it would actually give some purpose. Well, it would cost some money, and I think it would, I don't know, make you not look so normal, like kind of put you out, like spread you from the crowd. You know what I mean? Also, I have the idea of being able to trim some of like the boots. Like, let's say if you had an adamant boot, you'd be able to trim like the thing around it and change the color from like brown, because I know personally the brown on like the rune boots or the adamant boots or whatever boots that I decide to use, I think it really like turns me off from like the actual boot. I think you should be able to trim the boot so that you're not staring at brown and then randomly like black, or brown and randomly like a rune color. Also be able to like change the tip of like a dragon boot. I think that would be really cool. So also, yeah. So for my last idea, Chris, I know it's you're probably getting pretty irritated of my voice right now and my ramblings. But for my last idea, I thought of a ring kind of update. So, like with the crafting skill, once you get higher into the skill, you'd be able to make exclusive rings. So with this, they'd actually have to add in more gems and add in more ways to get these gems. I think it would be a really great update. With these rings, it would give, like, once you enchant them, it would give different abilities. With these enchanted rings, I also don't think they should be traded. That way, players actually have to, train the skill. Just like for dungeoneering. Like, imagine if, like, the weapons that you get would be able to be traded around. There would be no purpose in training the skill. So I think that they should make, like, the armor and the weapons and all this skill untradeable, so that players actually want to get the skill up. So yeah, Chris, those are just some of my ideas. I didn't want to make the video too long, but those are just some of my ideas of the crafting skill. And thanks for listening, guys. And to my subscribers, thanks for watching.